Hello, this is Pixel Freak. We're doing part 45 of the Final Fantasy Dimensions walkthrough. So here we're going to go through the Gardenia Slums, and in this piece, you need to satisfy the needs of all these different people that are living in the slums. I think it's 3 different little mini quests that you have to go on. This piece is also pretty heavily edited. I went through and took out a lot of the time-wasting stuff, because there's some parts where like you have to, for instance, go fight Cactuars, and so I took out all the fights that weren't the Cactuar, because it would just be kind of useless to watch me walking back and forth trying to get in fights. So this is the first piece that I've done in quite a while. If you're following this walkthrough or playthrough regularly, you'll know that I haven't posted a piece of this probably in almost a month. And a lot of the reason for that is just because I've been really busy. I got a lot of stuff going on my plate, so the channel has not been at the forefront of my responsibilities recently. But I'm back on it now. I've recorded a bunch of new footage. I probably have about enough for about 10 parts going forward. So we'll see how fast I can crank these out. There's a little bit of time doing the production on them, and then a little bit of time adding these commentaries to them. So expect more of this in the future. Also, Final Fantasy IV came out on Android. I picked that one up. So I'll probably be doing a walkthrough on that game as well. Puts a little more pressure on me to finish this one so I can work on that one. Because personally, I think that's a more enjoyable game, and I'm looking forward to starting that one. I probably will put up the first few parts of that one, and then those ones will kind of trickle out while I'm pushing this one through and doing reviews. But yeah, a lot of walkthrough work that's gonna come out of this channel in the near future. Alright, so this is one of the people that you have to meet a requirement for. You have to get a white dress. I think it's the second one I do, though, so we'll come back to that. And this guy here, he needs a sand ruby, I think, from Antlion. Oh, that's the Cactuar guy. He needs the needle for the Cactuar guy, so you got to go help him. I'm not sure which order I do this in exactly. And that's the tent you go in once you've finished the requirements of these 3 guys. Oh, the Sand Ruby was the first people I talked to. I'm sorry, I missed it because I was talking about something else, but it's the kid in the bed. He needs, right here. He's not in a bed, but he's with his mom. They need a Sand Ruby. I think that kid is sick or something like that. Very similar to Final Fantasy IV, which is 2 in the US, so there's no need to correct me several times. I get that a lot when I was doing the walkthrough on Final Fantasy III. I just got a million comments of people saying, this is not Final Fantasy III. Yeah, that was Final Fantasy III. The 3 that everybody thinks they know is actually Final Fantasy VI. So when I refer to 4, that's actually what people think of as 2. That's because it was 2 in the US. It's 4 in the grand scheme of things. But 4 had Oh, this guy, this is the easiest one right here. So maybe there's 4 things. You have to give this guy an X potion. You see, I try a few different things here before I give him the right thing, but X potion is what he needs. Ta-da! Alright, he's on his way. So that's meeting the first requirement. Now your best bet after you do this part with the X potion, because that's the first one you should do. It's the easiest. Your next move should be going back down to the desert south of this area. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But you need to have a thief in your party, because the Cactuar piece requires a thief. Now, I do it a little bit more out of order. I go back down to the Cactuar Desert, and then down here, you'll see... So here I was kind of working towards trying to get the Cactuar, but I didn't actually get it to work. So I continued to move on. And that little sparkling piece there, that's what you're going for. You need to get the Sand Ruby there, and you're going to have to fight Antlion to get it. But it would be in your best interest to do both of these pieces at the same time. Come in here, kill Antlion, get this Sand Ruby, but then also kind of hang out and get the Cactuar piece. And the Cactuar piece is going to require that you have a thief in your party, or at least somebody that can steal. If someone has the steal ability, then just use steal. But you have to steal the Cactuar needle from the Cactuars. They don't drop them. That's not exactly laid out very clear, and so you might not have figured that out on your own. But that is how you get them. I think I killed 2 or 3 of them before I realized, oh, I probably have to steal it from them. So this battle, though it's kind of put out as a boss battle, it's not a very difficult battle. He just does a decent amount of damage to you. You just, you know, act with full offense and full defense. Have somebody curing constantly, and then just have all-out offense. You'll wipe them up, no problem. It's pretty easy battle. Alright, so it does look like, and I was counting pieces of how far this thing's going to go, looks like this is probably going to be somewhere around 75 parts, or, you know, between 75 and 100 parts. Meaning that, though it kind of looks like I'm only halfway done with this walkthrough, I'm about 2/3 of the way through the game here. And that's not including all the extra pieces, which I may or may not make a bunch of videos to do right away. My plan is to get through the game, at least finish it, kind of like Final Fantasy III, where there was some extra side quest stuff that I did a walkthrough, but I didn't go get everything in the game. Some people like to define walkthrough as 100% completion. My explanation is, my walkthroughs are kind of more of a playthrough / walkthrough, where, yeah, I'm kind of showing people how to complete certain tasks in the game, but maybe it's not 100% completion, and maybe it's not the optimal path to do everything. It is an explanation on how to beat the game more than anything. Conversation on how to do so, and kind of a visual guide of completing the game. I'd say that they're very dissimilar from Let's Plays, which, in my book, a Let's Play is a very casual playthrough. You may not even totally complete the game, but it's the idea there is that it definitely isn't 100% completion. You really don't care if you're getting everything. You're just playing through the game, experiencing the story, and overcoming any objective that stands in your way that's typical for the game. You're not picking up a bunch of extra stuff. You can, but you really aren't. I don't do it that way, just because I kind of want to be a little more guide-centric. I kind of want to be more instructional. Unfortunately, I don't have the patience, though, to be 100% completion, or be overly strategic with my guides. So here, I'm setting up Noct as my thief, because I'm about to go do the piece with the Cactuar needles. And I did find a couple of them, and I did fight them, and I cut the fights out. You're only going to see me fight up against one Cactuar. I'm going to get the needle, and I'm going to bail out. The video's been edited so that it's more of a kind of optimal video for this piece of the game. I spent a lot more time doing these 4 little quick quests than I should have. And because of that, I felt that it was necessary to just edit everything out. So here we go, Cactuar King. Store a Cactuar needle, first thing. Now, you don't necessarily have to kill him because you have the needle right away, but I did kill a few of these things. In a lot of the games, the Cactuars give you usually like a ton of experience or a ton of ability points or whatever, depending on the game, whatever the extra leveling up stat is, if there is one, or gold or whatever it is. In this game, I don't remember getting anything like that. I remember killing a couple of them, and if I remember right, the reward for actually killing them before they take off is very mediocre. It wasn't anything particularly awesome. Alright, so looks like I'm about to turn those ones in. The last one that we have to go get is the white dress, and that can be found in the casino of Gardenia. I think it's Gardenia that I'm at right now. When you go back and you go see the reward people, they'll give you a list of all the different rewards that you can get. And one of them happens to be the white dress. It's 500 points. I think it's points or coins, something like that. A special currency that you get out of the casino. That's what you need to use to get that white dress, and you need to give it to whoever needed the white dress. I can't remember who it was. one of the ladies in this town. So you will have to play some games. You can play slots and you can play high-low. There she is. She needs the white dress. So after I talk to her, I'm kind of headed out. But the 2 games available to you are high-low and slots. I would recommend high-low. It just seems a much more efficient way to go. So I'm going to kind of warp here, and now I'm back at the casino. Did a quick cut there. It's not actually a quick cut, but did a warp. So this lady here, you can see here, I've got 203 coins, and I need 500. There we go. So now that we have established that, we have to pick our way, which one we want to go with. I'd recommend high-low, and then just play this for a while. Sometimes you have to play a little while. Sometimes it might take you a little while to get this actually to work, because you could lose often. It took me, I don't know, about a half an hour or so, maybe less, 20 minutes, to finally win up enough. Eventually you'll win it up though. I got 520 now. Go here and buy the white dress. And there it is. So you can hang out here if you'd like to and spend more time and grind up some more coins and get some of those items. I'm not sure if I would recommend it. Just because the high roller games aren't open yet, you have to wait for a while before those are opened up. Once they are opened up, then it's kind of cool to go through there and clean out some of those items in there. But for now, because you can only spend so much money, it's just going to take you too long to get the coins. It's not probably worth it. Alright, so once that's done, you turn in all those items, and you can see I've been turning them in kind of one at a time as I was going here, just taking my own sweet time. And then at that point in time, you'll be able to go meet the boss here in the slums, in that tent where the guy wasn't letting you in before. He'll let you in now. So that's going to conclude this piece of the walkthrough. In the next piece, we're going to be moving on to the next area. I'll see you on that piece. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, this has been Pixel Freak.